The guys to look at for the Bellevue Justice on offense, we got to look at Jerome Moultrie. That's over 1,000 yards so far this season. Top receiver has to be Philip Briggs, and their quarterback, Clay Goldman, is a pretty good field general, but they're predominantly a running team and pass when needed.
And the kickoff is off the tee, and it is taken at their own 31-yard line. Give you the starting lineups after this play. They are moving north to south. They won the toss, received the opening kickoff. The Thunder are defending the south goal. And the first play from scrimmage is a deep pitch to the running back for the Belleville Justice. That's number 9, Jerome Muldrew, who Mark just spoke of. He picks up about 1 on the play. It will be 2nd and 9. The tackle made by number 36, Milton McFarland. Starting lineup, Grossman, Muldrew, and the quarterback is Grossman, Muldrew, and Griggs. Yeah. Two tight end offense. Carmack and Griggs, the tight ends. Wide receiver is Hicks. Regular, the lineman, Caldwell, Devereaux, Krause, Goodwin, and Nicholson. Grossman back to pass. He looks upfield, and it is intercepted at the 45-yard line. And he's back to the midfield. 45, 40, inside the 40, 35, still on his feet to the 30-yard line, and that is where the Chicago Thunder will take over first. Fullback, Roland, Shaq, James, the receivers, Bick, Gervs, Limpy, Slinka, and Mulvey are the offensive linemen. And we have already had our first turnover of the game. This is quarterback Jorge Sierra bringing his team up. Binion, the tail of the tandem, wide receivers left and right. And they give it to Binion on first down. He cuts inside, got maybe a yard, but he stopped right there.
Defensively for the Belleville Justice, you have Corey Bethany and George Bolware at quarterback. Free safety is Greg Wilcox. Adam Taylor is the strong safety. Line back and forth, Nate Brock, the man in the middle, Jay Carmack, and Marlo Ferguson playing on the outside. Mario Ivy, a product of the University of Illinois, on the defensive line with Tony Cotton, Ryan Benham, and Mike Triplett.
Binion was credited with no gain on the play at 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. And to give us to Binion again, this time he does have positive yardage as he moves to about the 25-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. That'll leave the Chicago Thunder with a 3rd and 5 on the Belleville 25-yard line. The tackle on that play was made by number 7 of the Belleville Justice. And that is outside linebacker Marlo Ferguson. I was speaking with the owner and general manager, James Schleter, before the game, and he was talking to his team, and he said the first thing out of his mouth was, we have to play strong fundamental football. We cannot afford to make more than 1 or 2 turnovers. Well, they've already made 1, and we've only played a couple of minutes of football. In fact, the turnover came on the 2nd play from scrimmage. Now out of the shotgun is Sierra. He's looking at a 3rd and 5. He's got 2 wide receivers on either side, spread formation. One back in the backfield is Binion, and that's who he gives the ball to, but no one is fooled. Binion is dropped for a major loss. 6-yard loss on the play. Making the stop for Belleville is number 71, Tony Cotton. Mark, what went wrong?
Well, he tried that little underhand, underdraw, and the defensive line just wasn't fooled by it. I know that the Justice has been up here a couple times scouting the Thunder, and it's probably something that they've seen, and Coach there's players on it this week upcoming to the championship game, and they defended it perfectly that time.
Not to be deterred, the Thunder are going to go for it on 4th and 11 from their own from the Belleville 31-yard line. Sierra in shotgun formation takes the snap. Now he'll attempt his first pass of the day. He has plenty of time, throws, and has a man wide open, but the ball is dropped. And then the receiver is dropped. Number 2 was wide.
I'm impressed with some of the size and speed that I've seen already on this Belleville Justice defense.
Well, they claim to play hard-hitting football, and that play was an evidence of it. So now they take over. on their own 31-yard line, which is just about where they were with the opening kickoff, before turning the ball over on their second play from scrimmage. They'll keep it on the ground on first down this time around, and that is their top running back, Muldrew, and he is stopped. Gain of
77 on the stop.
Gain of about 1 or 2 on the play. Making the stop, number 77, Brian Page. Who are the starters on defense, Mark, for the Thunder?
For the Thunder, right, cornerback, they've got Bryce Joyner and Joe Wickia. Safeties, they've got Torrance Barnes and LeVar Stepter, the guy that intercepted the ball. We'll give you the rest of
Brisman back to pass, his throws across the middle, completed the 45-yard line, up across midfield. He fumbles the ball there, but it is recovered by Belleville. So already they have twice had trouble taking care of the football, but that time they made the recovery. So while they lost a few yards, the receiver had moved across midfield before he was dislodged from the football. They'll have it now at their own 49-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 play, however. Gain of 15 on the play. So the quarterback for Belleville is not showing, Grossman is not showing any hesitancy to put the ball up in the air. But now he's back on the ball on the ground to Muldrow, and he is spinning close to a first down to about the 40-yard line. And now, Mark, this Belleville offense looks to be clicking.
Yeah, you expect coming out, this is the first time playing in a championship game for the mid-states tournament, that they might have a little bit of jitters, and it's getting over that initial uneasiness, and then they get going. Also for the Thunder on defense, linebackers Barry Henley, Rob Mintz, Billy Finley, defensive line Milton McFarland, Brian Page, Orlando Hoy, and Tony Simpson.
The give is back to Muldrow from the 40-yard line. He cuts upfield, 45-30, inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line, but we have our first flag of the night. And it is going to be holding, and it is going to be against Belleville, and it is going. Number 5 is called for a holding, and that is the Belleville player, coach James Carmack. He's the one who was called for the holding. So it will be first down and 18 to go for first down. Belleville has the ball on the Thunder 48-yard line, and now Grossman is changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Thunder defense adjusts, and the give is to his fullback. He's got lots of running room and about 10 yards on the pickup. Number 23 was the ball carrier on the play, and that is Dustin Hodel. And Hodel gets back the penalty yards and then some, and that will leave Belleville with a 2nd and about 9. Give them 9 on the play at 2nd and 9. 8:45 to play in the first quarter. No score. Live from Hanson Stadium. It's the Mid-States Tournament Championship football game. Grossman again changes the play at the line of scrimmage, and the give again is to Hodel, who's right up the middle. This time, however, the Thunder is more defensively prepared. Gain of maybe a yard or so on the play. It will leave Grossman and Belleville with a 3rd and long.
The Thunder defense is one of the better ones in the Midwest area this past season, and they have always played the run pretty well and very opportunistic as far as turnovers. They got 4 last week in their victory over the Indiana Mustangs.
Grossman to the line of scrimmage. One back in the backfield is Muldrow. Receivers left and right. He's back to pass. Here's his throw, and he is intercepted again. Number 21 at the 20-yard line for the Thunder. He's at the 30, 35, 40. A lot of field ahead of him. 50, 45, 40. And he's finally taken down at the 35-yard line of Belleville. That was number 21, Torrance Barnes with the interception. That is the 2. And the shame of it is, Mark, the offense is moving the ball when they don't turn it over.
Yeah, they've been moving the ball pretty well when they don't turn it over. But, like I said, coming in, the Thunder defense is a very opportunistic defense. They've got some defensive backs back there with Barnes and Stepter and Joyner and Riccia, who can really play great cover.
Now, Jorge Sierra has 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of the Belleville Justice. You don't want to keep giving him opportunities and plus yardage, and he's going for it all down the left sideline. He had a man who had a step, but the pass was a little bit underthrown, intended for number 2, Andre Roland.
And usually, it's certainly one of the first things that Coach Tony Patek is going to try in trying to see what he can do and can't do against the defense, is he's going to let Sierra try and test the cornerback with Roland deep.
And that is exactly what he did. And probably also, to add to that point, hoping to open up some running room for Binion between the tackles, something that has not been available to him. As once again, Belleville stacks the box, 7 players in the box. As Sierra calls, they've got a blitz look on, and the pitch is deep around right side. The Thunder runner across the 35-yard line, 30. He breaks tackles down the sideline. Frazier, 25, 20, 15, 10, knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Ashley Frazier on a play that didn't look like it was going to develop into anything, Mark, but they call him in a blitz.
Yeah, they caught him in a blitz, and they had a pretty good call on there with the quick toss. And the Bellevue team might remember Ashley Frazier, as he is a player from Southern Illinois in Carbondale, running back here. And he, did a pretty good job a few years ago down for the Salukis, and now he's here with the Thunder.
28-yard pickup on the play. That leaves the Thunder with a 1st and goal at the Belleville 8-yard line. Frazier stays in as the tail of the tandem in the I backfield. And the give is to the up back. That's number 41, Frank DePaulo, and DePaulo bulls his way down to about the 5-yard line. We're going to call it a gain of about 3 on the play.
And this will give me a chance to give our regular shout out to Chris DiApollo out in Washington State, in Seattle, Washington, listening to his dad play here tonight with the Chicago Thunder. Chris, Dad says hello and be good.
All right, we've got 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line, 6:26 to play in the first quarter. Still no score, but that could change momentarily as Jorge Sierra brings his team to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5, 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Sierra fakes a handoff. Now he passes. He's got Roldan in the corner, stretching out for the pass, but incomplete. Going for Roldan.
Might have gone with something where we do a play action and roll the quarterback out and get something into a run and pass option down there. But I think if that particular case, Roldan probably didn't sell the inside of that before he cut to the corner.
Nor did Sierra do a good job of selling the run fake on that play. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Sierra in shotgun formation. He's got 2 backs in the backfield. He throws to Roldan. Touchdown on the inside slant. Quick slant touchdown. And just like that, with 6:03 to play in the first quarter, the Chicago Thunder draw first blow. And free throws and basketball turnovers will determine a winner and loser almost every time. And with 2 turnovers in the first half, not to mention a fumble that they managed to recover. On for the extra point is Jamie Clemens. The snap is down. The kick is up. It is good. There's a flag on the play. So we'll wait before we tack on the extra point. If it's against Belleville, it's 7-0. If it's against Chicago, to BK Productions webcast presentation of championship football, the Chicago Thunder lead the Belleville Justice 7-0. We'll be back after these commercial messages.
Green Bears World Champion. Bring a toy and get an autograph Monday, December 6th at the Where Else Bar and Grill, 1190 East Higgins Road, Elk Grove Village. You can also just send the toys there in care of Bill Liggins, NFL alumni. The Where Else Bar and Grill, 1190 East Higgins Road, Elk Grove Village, Illinois, 60007.
The kick by Jamie Clemens following the touchdown is Chicago Thunder lead the Belleville Justice 7-0. And so far, the tale of this ball game has been turnover. And Belleville's inability to capitalize on their ability to move the ball, but then to turn it over in critical situations. And more specifically, their quarterback, Grossman, has thrown 2 interceptions of the 3 passes that he has thrown today. And now on first down, the give is to his fullback, who's got lots of running room. He's got first down yardage across the 40-yard line. That is Dustin Hodel, his second long run of the game. This time, no flags on the play, so Hodel goes for about 15 yards. And now, once again, the Belleville Justice are moving the football, and they have it first and 10.
Yeah, how you doing?
After a gain of about 20 on the play, they've got it first and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Grossman comes out. He's got deuce backfield, wide receivers left and right. And the give is to Muldrow, and he gets across the 45-yard line to about the 47. Hodel again the ball carrier. Check that. Hodel again the ball carrier. He's turning into the workhorse. And Mark, I'd be surprised on this drive if we see the ball. If they continue to run this well, I'd be surprised if we see the ball in the air.
Yeah, Craig, I don't think you're going to see too many more passes after that last drive where they were moving the ball and then they get the pick. I think that they're going to stay on the ground until they get proof that they can get stopped.
Grossman under center. He's got a split backfield, and again the give is to Hodel, but this time Hodel is stopped dead in his tracks. May have even lost a yard on the play. We'll see where they place it. Making the stop for the Chicago Thunder is number 77, Brian Cage, and number 55, Bob Mintz, the very active linebacker for the Thunder, and that will be a 3rd and 8 situation for Belleville. And now, Mark, they're faced with a 3rd and long. And we'll see if they have to put the ball in the air on this play. Again, they've had 2 interceptions. One led indirectly to the first touchdown. And they're going to keep it on the ground and give it to Muldrow. He cuts back, first down yardage, 40, 35, 30. Look at him go inside the 30, 25 before he's finally dragged down at the 25-yard line. A huge gain on the play. And making the stop with number 90, Tony Simpson, but not before Muldrow went for well over 25 yards on the slide.
Yeah, until the Thunder can stop them, 3 straight downs from getting the first down, from moving the ball on the ground, I'm going to keep it there because good things have happened when they run the ball, bad things have happened when they pass the ball.
And it's been just that simple. Now Belleville has the ball with their best field position of the game. They've got first and 10 on the Chicagoland 26-yard line. And Grossman changing the play at the line of scrimmage. He's got a deuce backfield, 1 wide receiver to the right, tight end, 2 tight end set, and the give is to Hodel up the middle. The Chicago Thunder defense is right there to greet him. Might have been a loss on the play, certainly no gain. It will be 2nd and about 10 or 11 on the play. They're actually going to give him a yard on the play. So we'll call it 2nd and 9 from the 25-yard line. We've got just under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And the Chicago Thunder lead the Belleville Justice in this championship football game 7-0. It's the Mid-States Tournament Championship football game live from Hanson Stadium via BK Productions. 2:37 to play as Grossman brings his team to the line of scrimmage. High backfield, Hodel the tail of the tandem. He gets the ball, cuts right side. That's Muldrow who has the ball. He cuts inside the 20 to about the 17. That's a 9-yard pickup and close to a first down. So they are running the ball with vicious efficiency.
Yes, they are, and I really do like this kid Muldrow. He can ball. He's got explosiveness when he gets the ball, hits the hole, gets through the hole, and he can make you miss.
And he is perfectly complemented by Hodel on the play. They don't give him the first down. It's 3rd and 1 from the 17. Grossman keeps it himself and moves across the 15-yard line, easily getting the first down. And that will set up Belleville with a 1st and 10 at the Chicago 12-yard line. We are under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. And I think perhaps maybe Mark Belleville might have continued to try to pass even after the first interception because they do have the win. It's not a Gale win, but it's considerable. And they'll lose that after the first quarter. Grossman under center. He's got an eye backfield. Muldrow the tail of the tandem. Now he appears to be changing the play again as Chicago gives him a blitz look. They give him the Muldrow off right tackle. He breaks that tackle and then goes down to about the 7-yard line. So a pickup of about 3 on the play will leave a 3rd and 6.
Once again, Muldrow hit the hole, ran through that first tackle, and finally, gets brought down, but he gets positive yards, a 4 or 5 yard gain on that one. And this drive has been, as no surprise, an all-run drive. You would think that you were back in, instead of seeing the Belleville Justice, you're seeing the Ohio State Buckeyes of Woody Hayes here.
So now with 2nd and 6 at the 7-yard line, Grossman under center. High backfield, Muldrow to tell of the tandem. The give is to Muldrow. He goes off right tackle and he is stopped. May have gotten a yard on the play. And here's a surprise for me. Before the game, one of the other things, I asked the coach what they were going to try to do today. And he said, we're a physical football team. We're going to run the ball up the gut. We're a lot like the Chicago Thunder ourselves. And he says, if that doesn't work, then we'll make some adjustments and try something else. But we're going to be physical, we're going to attack and come right at it. And the irony of it is that the reason why they're losing it right now, 7-0, is because they didn't do the championship game. The score, the Chicago Thunder 7, the Belleville Justice 0. We've got more football after these messages.
Casino Bowl 10, Saturday, April 2nd, 2005. For more details, go to, once again, players that want to start registering for the Casino Bowl 10. Keep checking this website, www.nationalfootballevents.com, for more details and when you can start registering for Casino Bowl 10.
All right, we're ready to start the second quarter. And the Belleville Justice has the ball, 3rd and 6 on the Chicago Thunder's 7-yard line. They trail 7-0 after the second of 2 interceptions resulted in a touchdown. And we have a flag before the snap, and both sides are pointing at each other. We'll find out who the referee is now. Down. Well, first of all, it's a first down, and now it gives the Justice the ball, half the distance to the goal.
Short by a yard.
No, not a first down. Short by a yard. It's 3rd and inches to go, but they have the ball now inside the 5-yard line. Grossman under center. He has an eye backfield. Muldrow, the tail of the tandem. He gets the pitch, goes left side, cuts it up inside the tackle. Can't go much of anywhere as number 20 came up. Mike Sparacino came up from his safety position and made a hard stop.
Well, Sparacino made a big play last week when he picked up a fumble and scored the Thunder's first touchdown in their victory over the Indiana Mustangs last weekend here at Hanson Stadium, a 28-20 victory. And Sparacino is in there again to make a big play on 3rd down. Now it's 4th down and about 3 or 4 yards to go at the 5-yard line.
And faced with that situation, Belleville is in to try and be for the field goal, and Jerry Lakin is the kicker. The snap is down. It's a bad one, and it is blocked. It is blocked. The ball is still loose. Picked up at the 30-yard line, 35-40, midfield, 45-40. Chicago's going to get another touchdown out of this. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Number 46. Joel Recchia came through. Spacia made the block. Recchia picked, and it is now starting to go more than ringing prophetic. It is starting to become eerie that the head coach, the owner and general manager of the Belleville Justice, before the game, first thing out of his mouth when he rallied his team on the sideline was, he said, we have to play strong fundamental football. We can only afford 1 or 2 turnovers. Well, they've had 2 turnovers already, and now a block kick that Joe Recchia takes 75 yards to the crib, and with 13:52 to play in the second quarter, Jamie Clemens is in to try to make this a 14-0 ball game. The snap is down, the kick is up, it is laser straight through the uprights.
Some guys just make plays, and earlier on a big 3rd down play at about the 2-yard line, 2.5, Mike Sparacino comes in and makes the stop, forces the 4th down, they go for the field goal. Mike Sparacino comes down for the score, and now the Thunder has that 14-point lead, that 2-touchdown lead, and with their very tough defense, that's going to be something very hard to try and overcome.
You could have not have hoped for a better player than Ricky to come up with the blocked field goal attempt. And now Jamie Clemens is in to kick. Back deep to return for the Justice is number 81, Philip Griggs. And he is flanked by two of his teammates, but Griggs is the key return man for the Justice, and he is set up on the 15-yard line. And now Clemens, with a strong leg, kicks with the wind at his back. And the kick is taken at the 15-yard line by Griggs. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40-yard line across the 40 to about the 42 before he's finally 45 to go in the second quarter, down by 2 touchdowns.
Well, you know, turnovers, blocking, special teams play. These are big things. This is what games can turn on. When I was a coach on the offense, I used to offer a six-pack of whatever the defender wanted if they got me a turnover in the plus 50 because it's so important. And the more chances I got in the plus 50 with the ball, the smarter coach I would become, because just the simple number of the more chances, the more opportunities to score.
Now we'll see what they do down by 2 touchdowns. Grossman gives the ball to Hodel. Hodel bounces out of a tackle at the line of scrimmage and then spins for maybe the gain of a yard. Here is the conundrum that the Justice face at this point. They've got 13:30 to play in the second quarter. There's plenty of football left. But here's the problem. They have been able to run the ball effectively. And their passing game has not been effective, but they're down by 2 touchdowns. They've got one more mistake to make that turns into points mark, and they're going to find themselves in a situation where they're going to have to basically do what they do worst in this football game, and that's throw the ball. Grossman has his team at the line of scrimmage, split backfield. The give is to the big back Hodel, and he powers his way to midfield. That's going to leave about a 3rd and short situation, and there's a flag on the play. Do you think, Mark, that, and we don't want to do any kind of premature prognostication here, but do you think that this team, based on its running game, will sustain being down all the way
depending upon when the third score came, of course, will play a lot into it. But from what I've seen of the running game, when they come out with their spread offense, when they come out with their single back offense, especially when Holbrook touches the ball, yes, they can. The thing of it is, if they're going to go to the 2 tight end and try to tighten it up at the line of scrimmage, you allow the Thunder to put more players in the box, and then running becomes tougher than it should be.
The penalty was against Belleville, and so now they're looking at a 2nd and 19 situation from their own 33-yard line, and Grossman will attempt to pass. He's thrown 2 interceptions already. He's thrown, almost 3 interceptions. That ball was right on the fingertips of linebacker Ray Rob Mintz. Couldn't quite hang on to it. He was trying to hit his big tight end, but the ball was underthrown.
This reminds me of how a petty player that kid is. I remember coaching against him and trying to run some plays with players coming underneath him. He always fell back into the play. He makes great recognition.
So now it's 3rd and 19 from the 33-yard line. Grossman goes into a spread formation, 1 back in the backfield. He's looking at a blitz, rolls right. He's got some running room. Now he stops, throws, and it's a duck in midair, and it is intercepted but dropped. Intercepted but dropped. The intended receiver down deep, I believe, was 81 Griggs, but more closer to the football was number 10. But and you could tell because of the way the ball fluttered, but it was way short and almost intercepted. So Mark, he's thrown 5 passes. 1 was complete and fumbled. They recovered that fumble. 2 were intercepted, and 2 were almost intercepted. But they're down by 2 touchdowns with 12:37 to play. And now they're punting the ball back to the Chicago Thunder, who are getting the ball for the first time with it not being a turnover. Back deep to return is number 8, LeVar Stepter. He takes it at the 30. Stepter reverses field, drops back to about the 27. Now he starts to cut it up, gets a good block at the 30, 35, tiptoes across the 40, and steps out of bounds at the 42-yard line. And that is where the Thunder will start first and 10.
On You Apparel. For On You Apparel, visit On You at www.itsonu.com. On You Apparel sponsors of the 2004 Mid-States Tournament Award.
And that block that you talked about, the D-Cooter, was the difference between that return being negative and positive. Now the give is to Binion on first down, and he slashes over right guard across the 45-yard line to about the 47. That was about 7 on the play. And we'll leave, what are they going to give him? I'll give him 6 on the play. That'll leave about a third. 5 on the play. That'll leave a 2nd and 5 situation at the 47-yard line. That was a 37-yard punt into the wind that stepped our return. Well, that's not bad, punting into the wind. But the 13-yard return set Chicago up on the 42-yard line. Now they're at their own 47, looking at a 2nd and 5. Belleville has a lot in the box. The give is to the up man, number 34. That is Avery. And we've got a loose ball. They're going to say that the ball was snatched out of Avery's hand before he fumbled it, or rather before he was down. And we've got a flag on the play, but it looks like Belleville is going to have possession of the ball after Chicago Thunder have committed their first turnover of the game. And that is exactly my conduct. And that is going to push Belleville across midfield. And now they have great field position after the turnover. They have 1st and 10 at the Chicago 35-yard line. Let's see what they can do with the ball. This, of course, with 11:28 to play in the second quarter, down by 2 touchdowns, this good field position allows them to do offensively what has worked for them so far, and that's run the ball. But Grossman is back to pass on first down, and he is dropped at the 42-yard line, a loss of about 7. And Mark, I am at a loss for why they are passing on first down by 2 touchdowns, considering the luck or misfortune they've had throwing the ball.
Well, the only thing, Craig, I can think of is that, you get a turnover and then you want to score right away, right after you get the turnover. But what they need to do is they need to stick to character, stay with what brung you. And what brung them was 1,000 yards rushing by Mr. Moultrie.
They have got 40 minutes of football left. They are down by 2 touchdowns. I'm sure they figured that they were good for a couple of scores anyway before the game was over. I do not understand why they would resort to what some might interpret as a panic play trying to throw on first down. But anyway, Grossman's under center, and he's throwing again. He wants to try to set up a screen, but nothing's there. Now he's dipped all the way back to the 45-yard line. He's up to the 50, and then he just throws it away. So it will be 3rd and...
Mud and alligators, sometimes you forget that your original objective was to drain the swamp. So everybody has a plan, as Mike Tyson used to say, until you get hit. So these 2 scores, they have been hit, and they may have be kind of reeling at this point.
Now it is 3rd and long, so now you know they got to pass. And here comes the blitz, and Grossman spins away. He stumbles, and then he is whacked and whacked hard, and then dropped at the 47-yard line. And making the hit was number 92, Corey Thompson, in as a pass specialist. And it's 4th and very, very long. The punting team will be out. And boy, oh boy, number 36 is going to get credited with the sack. That's Milton McFarland.
With this group, the front 4 for the Thunder, Hoy, Page, Simpson, and Thompson. These are guys that you want to be standing back in the pocket and with no, mobility, no moving of the pocket back there. You're just got a bullseye on.
And they are now looking officially at a 4th and 22. And their punter, Regali, is backed up to his own 35-yard line. The return man, Recchia, is settled at the 15-yard line. But it will take a yeoman's effort to get the ball, considering the wind, to get the ball that deep. We'll see if Regali has that kind of leg power. But what started out as an auspicious drive just turned to dust with the continued failure of the pass. But he drops the snap but gets the kick away. It's a high kick, and he's got some distance on it. And it's going to drop at the 20-yard line. Regali's going to field it at the 10, and he is swamped under inside the 10-yard line. I guess
that. And this is the first time that the Thunder, deep in their own territory, will see what their offense has to do. And I've seen coming out on the field for the Thunder, and this isn't going to bode well for attempted passes by Bellevue, is Shane Narn, and he is a pass rush specialist.
We'll see what the result of that is, as for the first time tonight, Chicago is faced with an awkward offensive position as they start 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. And they give us to Binion, and he cuts his way to about the 14-yard line, a pickup of about 4 on the play. And that will leave a 2nd and 6 situation. And Mark, here's the situation. We've got 9:19 to play in the first half. Belleville trails by 2 touchdowns. They really need their defense to step up.
And defense is...
Yeah, if their defense to make a big stop here, get a turnover, that may help to re-energize the offense. And if the offense can just get back on, get back on the scene.
We've got 2nd and 6 from the 14-yard line. Jorge Sierra brings his offense to the line of scrimmage. He's got wide receivers left and right, tight end split into the slot. Now he's in motion coming this way. I formation. Sierra back to pass. He's got pressure. Skips out to his left. Now steps back. Throws back right side. Binion on the screen. And Binion is upended and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. And coming up hard, making the good play, was number 5, Jay Carmack, coming up from his linebacker position. Carmack, player coach, tight end, linebacker, ticket seller, and probably chief bottle washer and all of that. Came up and made a big play when they really needed one, Mark. Now it's 36.
Yeah, he probably, if he did not save a first down on that play, he very well may have saved a touchdown on that play, because Binion had a lot of running room if Carmack doesn't come up and make that play.
And Binion has an awful lot of speed too, so if he had hit those sidelines with no defensive backs backing up, it very well could have been a 85-yard touchdown play. It's 3rd and 5 from the 15-yard line, and Sierra's in shotgun formation. He's looking and throws across the middle, and he's got his man complete at the 24-yard line. Making the catch was number 22, Ashley Frazier, out of the backfield, and that is enough for a first down. Making the stop was number 52 for the Justice.
You have 8 starters at this
and that is linebacker Nate Brock. But Mark, they needed a stop there, and they didn't get it.
Yeah, that was a big 3rd down play, and normally you don't see guys of Ashley Frazier's stature running those tough routes over the middle where the linebackers roam, but he
you guys have played a lot easier teams.
Got hit by the linebacker but held on.
The power rating is lower.
And now Sierra stays in the shotgun formation. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, and they give it to Binion. And Binion got a couple of yards before Nate Brock made the stop. They'll be looking at a 2nd and 8 situation from the 27-yard line. Brock starting to become very active from that linebacker position.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking these linebackers here with the Justice. Nate Brock in the middle, he's shown that he's got a lot of mobility, and he's pretty much going sideline to sideline. That 2nd down play by Carmack, where he made that stop on the screen attempt by the Thunder. They've got 2 guys at the linebacking position that look very good.
We've got 6 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the second quarter. The Chicago Thunder lead the Belleville Justice 14-0. Thunder has the ball, 2nd and 8 from their own 27-yard line. And quarterback Sierra.
When they get the ball back, they just got to get back to tight. They're a good running team. They got to believe that they can do it.
They came in. They said they were a straight-ahead running team. They, in me anyway, evoked images of Bo Schembechler and Woody Hayes and 3 yards and bam, bam, bam. And then they came out and they did that. They have run the ball effectively. We'll have some numbers for you at halftime, but I am absolutely certain that they have more than tripled Chicago in terms of offensive yardage on the ground. But yet they trailed 14-0 because they have not ran 2 running plays in succession in their last 2 possessions of the ball. Now Sierra's back on the field. He's in shotgun formation. He's got a split backfield, and he's got twin receivers to the left, one to the right, drops back to pass, looks left, throws, and the ball is tipped. Almost intercepted. The cornerback number 24, George Boulware, was there. Rowland was the intended receiver.
it looked like Sierra thought that Roldan was going to run more of a corner route. Roldan, for whatever reasons, there's a read route in that particular pass play, ran more of a post, and the ball was thrown back behind them, and it certainly surprised Roldan and probably the defensive back.
Yeah, Boldware was the one who got his hands on the ball, the quarterback on the right side. We've got a 3rd and 8 from the 27-yard line. Sierra stays in shotgun formation. Now he moves one of his slot receivers from left to right. Do a split backfield. The snap comes back. Sierra has time. Now he's in trouble. Steps up, gets it to Binion on the safety valve. Binion across the 25 to the 30-yard line. And he is about, a pickup of maybe 6 or 7 on the play. Number 5, Jay Carmack, one of those active linebackers, made the tackle again. No flag on the play, and that's going to leave a 4th and about 5 yards, and they've got to kick it away. So finally, Mark, the Belleville defense steps up and gets a shutout and gets off the field.
Well, yeah, after a while, they finally get the stop, and they force the Thunder to punt, and that was a big-time play by Carmack.
A flag on the play, delay of game was the call, so that's going to be 5 yards marked off against Chicago, and that means the punt is going to come from the 25-yard line, at least a line of scrimmage. The punt is going to come from the 10-yard line. Griggs is back deep to return. Low snap, hits the ground. We've got a flag, but it's a good kick, and it bounces at the 42-yard line. Griggs fumbles it at the 37. Now he picks it up, gets his feet, and is swarmed under at the 39-yard line. So good coverage and a good kick. Good coverage.
What happened is a Thunder player on the opposite side of the line saw that in jump, and you can't be drawn off if the guy isn't over you. So it's the illegal procedure and the offside.
Now Clemens will kick again, and he gets away an end-over-end kick that's going to bounce at about the 43-yard line. That's about where the last one is. It's taken at the 39 by number 32. He's at the 45 midfield and is dropped just across midfield. And we've got another flag. The return man that time, 9-yard line. They're going to start at the Chicago 34-yard line. Even more interesting is to see what they're going to do offensively. They started out saying they were going to run the ball. They did that effectively. When they did try to pass in passing situations, it led to turnovers and 2 interceptions. One resulted in the Thunder's first score. And they have kind of gotten away from it since then. They have not run 2 successive running plays in a row in their last 2 possessions. Now Gruffman is under center. He's got an eye backfield behind him. Long signal count. And the give is to Muldrow. Muldrow around right in. He's to the 30. He's down close to the 25-yard line. A good run on first down. And that mark seems to make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I think they stepped away from the running game for a little while there when they tried to go with the tight formation, and then that brought all the Thunder players in the box, and you can't run against an 8-9-man front. And so then they started passing, and from a more of a spread formation. But really, I think that they're going to get the best mileage when they run from a spread formation.
Now they're looking at a 1st and 10 situation from the 24-yard line of Chicago, and the give again this time to Hodel, and Hodel is clogged up right at about the line of scrimmage. May have picked up a yard, but I really don't think he did, to tell you the truth. I think we're looking at a 2nd and 10 situation from the 24-yard line. So now it will be, that was a first down run, the first play of this drive. They are keeping it on the ground. They are moving the ball. They are in plus territory. And it seems with 3:39 left to play in the half that Belleville's best chance for making this a 1-score game before halftime will be to continue to run the ball. Out of I formation, Muldrow wants to pass. He throws the screen hitch to the left. He's got a wide receiver open at the 25 down to the 20, the 15. And he's dropped at the 15-yard line. Making the catch was Griggs. And making the stop on the play was number 46, Recchia, and that was a safe pass.
Yeah, that's more like a long pitch out type of deal that was made popular with Bill Walsh and the West Coast offense, where they ran a couple of receivers, sort of a bunch formation, ran a couple of receivers off to clear it out, and then hit the last guy on the hitch.
Well, they gained 9 on the play, and so now they're looking at a 3rd and 1 from the 15-yard line, and the give is to Hodel up the middle, and Hodel bulls his way down to the 5-yard line before the tackle is finally made by number.
Let's go, baby! Get
Sorry, that give was to Kendall Lyons. Kendall Lyons in at fullback was the ball carrier on that play, and he's the one who got first down yardage down to about the 6-yard line, where it will be 1st and goal for the Belleville Justice. They had the ball 1st and goal at the Chicago Thunder 6-yard line. This has been their best scoring opportunity of the game with 2:12 to play in the first half. Grossman, the quarterback, drops back and pitches wide to Muldrow. Muldrow cuts 5-yard line, and oh, what a play! What a play by number 36, Milton McFarland. He saved a touchdown.
Yeah, Milton came in, shot in, just got an ankle of Muldrow on that play as Muldrow was trying to cut and get back inside to
and get out of this first half 14-3. With 2 minutes left, who's to say they could still wind up with another scoring opportunity before the half is over. But we'll see what happens. Grossman brings his offense to the line of scrimmage. He's got an eye backfield. Muldrow is the tail of the tandem. He's got twin receivers to the left, one split right. Now he gets under center, calling signals, long snap count, and the give is to Muldrow. Muldrow bangs around, but gets maybe no gain on the play. 55. Comes in and makes a stop. I'll tell you, that's some great linebacker the way he shot across the line of scrimmage.
But, you know, Mintz is now one of those savvy, sort of grizzled old veterans.
One more, baby, one more!
The hardest hitter on the Chicago Thunder defense. And like I said, he's a heady player, and he has a great nose.
Let's go, D! Free throw, baby, free throw!
1:24 to play in the first half. It is 3rd down and 3. There is no gain on the play. This time he pitches to Muldrow trying to go right side. And he is stopped for a loss of 2 on the play. And that will set up a 4th and 5 situation.
Yeah, baby!
Orlando Hoy gets the credit for that play, but the player that made the play
situation for the Belleville Justice at the Thunder's 5-yard line. And we'll check and see who the running back is who's replaced Muldrow in the backfield. And that's going to be Dustin Holden, number 23, is back in the ball game for the Belleville Justice. They're looking at a 4th and 5 situation. There's 59 seconds left to play. And it looks like they are going to go for the touchdown on 4th and 9. They are. They're going to go for the touchdown on 4th and 9. They've moved Kendall Lyons in at the fullback. They've brought Hodel to the tailback position. And now, 4th and 5 from the 5-yard line. There's a timeout on that. They play here by NFL rules.
Let's go,
in the NFL, you cannot call 2 timeouts without running a play. So now with 59 seconds left, once again, we've got a 4th and 5. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Inside receivers.
Grossman brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Now there's more discussion with the referees. And now finally they back out.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Ready to try to get a play off here. This is a big play for Belleville. Grossman back to pass. He looks, he throws. And with that, with 53 seconds left, and no flags on the play, with 53 seconds left.
Buy and sell NFL games. Click on the Rose Bowl link and get to the granddaddy of them all. Hold on, we've got play coming up. We'll be back in a second.
And Chicago comes out into a victory formation, and Sierra takes a knee. And that gets the clock rolling, and they're going to come up and repeat the process. We're down to 35 seconds to play in the first half. And Chicago is content to run the clock out, backed up at their own 5-yard line after their defense did yeoman's job to keep Belleville out of the end zone. And once again, Sierra takes a knee, and with 18 seconds left, that's going to draw the half to a close and bring us to halftime. Offensive explosiveness, but more punctuation by the big plays in the game, interceptions, and a blocked field goal return. And all of that leaves us with a halftime score of the Chicago deep to return for the Chicago Thunder is going to be LeVar Stepter. The Justice are defending the South Bowl, and the Thunder has the win at their back. And now we have the kick to start the second half. It's a short one. It's taken at the 29-yard line by number 42. He's up to the 35, short of the 35. He's dropped there. They're going to mark it at the 35-yard line. And that is where the Chicago Thunder will start 1st and 10 to start this second half. Chicago's ball, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. They lead in this ball game by a score of 14-0 over the Belleville Justice. You're listening to the Mid-States Tournament Championship game live from Hanson Stadium here in Chicago, Illinois. Sierra's under center. He's got an eye backfield, and Leslie Ashley is a tail of the tandem, and he is dropped for a loss on the play. Number 71 came up tough, Tony Cotton, to make the stop. That's his third tackle of the game. And there's a loss of no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line, and that is how we begin the second half. The Chicago Thunder has not done a whole lot offensively. They haven't had to. They have capitalized on turnovers and a blocked kick to establish themselves. Their offense has been efficient. It's gotten yards when it's needed to. Sierra under center, 2nd and 10. He's looking at a 7-man front, and the give is to number 22. Again, that's Ashley Frazier. And this time, Frazier sports across the 40-yard line to the 47. There's a pickup of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Greg Ashley is a really hard guy to see back there, let alone tackle. Like the guy stands about, we'll be generous, he stands about 5'5", 5'6". He's a stocky, although short, he's still a stocky, powerful runner. And he's back behind the big Thunder offensive line. And I just don't think Belleville saw him until he had popped through the hole.
We gained 7 on the play. It's 3rd and 3 from the Chicago with the ball on their own 42-yard line. On 3rd down, this time Sierra's under center. He had been in shotgun. Eye backfield. Frazier, the tail of the tandem, gets the ball, and he's got 1st down yardage. 45-50, 45-40. Flag on the play. 35-30. Down to about the 29-yard line is Ashley Frazier. Goes big time up the middle, but it's going to come back. It's going to come back, and that penalty.
Start the running game for the Thunder, but maybe the reason why you got a big game like that is because of the holding penalty. So certainly, with Craig Ochoa's crew, and I think it was Craig, the referee, that threw the flag as he's behind the play and he can see where it's developing and he can see the hole very well at that vantage point.
So instead of 1st and 10, deep inside Belleville territory, it's 3rd and 12 at their own 33-yard line for the Chicago Thunder. And now this time, Sierra's in shotgun formation. He sends Frazier in motion. Now he's going down the right sideline. He's got Frazier, and then he overthrows it incomplete. Down the left sideline, excuse me.
Slash running back being covered by a linebacker 30 yards downfield. You really want to have that. That's how you want to get your skilled guys one-on-one with one of their bigger linebackers out in space. Craig, for the life of me, I don't know why teams at this level don't substitute in. On 3rd down, you rarely see teams run a nickel package with 5 DBs, take one of those linebackers out, or a dime package with 6 DBs, taking 2 of the linebackers out, and then you wouldn't have situations where you have a linebacker trying to trace a receiver 40 yards.
There was a delay of game penalty before the punt. So Clemens' punt came from the Chicago Chicago's 43-yard line.
We'll see what adjustments Bellevue made at halftime and how they see it as what things they need to do differently, what they need to get better at, as far as how they're going to get the ball moving against the Thunder.
Grossman is a quarterback. He starts with spread formation, run back in the backfield, steps back, throws, and his pass is incomplete. The intended receiver was number 10, Jason Hick. The Belleville with the second attempt. So they come out throwing in the second half.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe the Bellevue team, I know that they're down in St. Louis area. They probably get all of the St. Louis Rams game. I think they're watching too much of Mike Marks.
Second and 10 from the 43-yard line, same formation, spread, one back in the backfield, and this time Grossman has a man at the 20-yard line, but the pass is incomplete. He overthrew him. Once again, trying to go long down the left sideline.
Specialist off the edge, number 00, playing the right defensive end, and that, as much as anything, prevented that pass from being on time because Grossman had to wear a Shane Nair jersey as he released that ball.
On third and 10, same formation. There's a flag on the play as Grossman is dropped. He is dropped. And you mentioned the pass rush specialist mark, Shane Nair. He, along with number 69, Orlando Hoy, came in and sacked Grossman back at the Belleville 44-yard line. And the penalty on the play is against Belleville, and I'm sure that will be declined because on the play there was a loss of some 13 yards. So that will make it fourth and 23 from the 44-yard line. And as Jerry Lakin comes in to punt and LeVar Stepner steps back to return the punt, Belleville is starting his second half in a very inauspicious manner.
Yeah, when I mentioned that I saw Nair, coming into the game late, coming in, you thought the Thunder pass rush was good before he got here. This guy is something special. You don't want to have to be forced to pass.
And he stays in on punt formation, and the kick is away. Steptar is going to let it go out of bounds. It's a short kick into the wind, and the referee walks.
The Belleville Justice team that's located in the Central region, they're ranked number 5th in the Central region behind such top teams as the Springfield Rifles, the Dallas Diesel, the Nashville Storm. The Chicago Thunder is number 6 in the Midwest region behind the always tough Detroit Seminoles and King County Eagles.
Jorge Sierra has his team at the line of scrimmage, first and 10 from the own 31-yard line. Will give us to the up back on first down. That's number 33, Sean Sierra. And Sean Sierra moves for a gain of about 5 on the play. The stop was made by number 52, Nate Gott, and that will leave a 2nd and 5 situation.
Yeah, Sean Sierra is Jorge's older brother. Normally, Sean plays with the Chicago Chargers of the Chicagoland Football League. Teams are allowed to add a couple players for the tournament play. And Sean came over for the Chargers to join little brother and hopefully a championship run.
And he makes an immediate contribution. That leaves a 2nd and 5 situation. And to give this time is number 22, Frazier. And Frazier got maybe a yard on the play. But it's going to leave, they're going to go ahead and give him 2 on the play. That's going to leave a 3rd and 3 situation with the ball on the 38-yard line. So this is Jorge Sierra's first 3rd down situation of the second half, where he can put a lot of his skills to use. He's a mobile quarterback. He's a heady guy. Has a real good arm. And we'll see what he comes out of his bag of tricks with here. He's under center, I formation. Frazier the tail of the tandem. When the give is to Frazier, he cuts across the 40 to about the 42. He's close to first down yardage. We'll see where they mark it. He's very close to a first down. The stop was made by number 68, Ryan Bennett. And they're going to give them the first down. So that is the first down of the second half. And just like that, the Chicago Thunder offense is in a semi-roll here. They've got 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. And it is imperative for the Belleville Justice that their defense get off the field as soon as possible. The last thing they want to do is get on the negative side of a field position. Field position has been the one thing that they've had going for them the whole game. Sierra under center gives to Frazier again. This time he's across the 45 to the 50, down to the 48-yard line. A huge game for Frazier, about 10 on the play, and it looks like he's going to have another first down. It's awful close. The tackle was made by number 52, Nate Brock. But Mark Frazier is cutting gaping holes into that line. Well, actually, his offensive linemen are.
Yeah, the offensive line are making the holes, and Ashley is hitting them. I mean, you have to have both things working. You have to have the line make the hole, and you have to have a back that is going to hit them before they close.
He exploits them well. It's 1st and 10, Chicago ball on the Belleville 47-yard line, and the give is back to Frazier. He's to the 45, to the 40 as he tucks over left guard, and he's close to another first down. Gain of about 8 on the play, and that will leave Chicago with a 2nd and 2 situation. So coming out in the second half, the Chicago Thunder are doing exactly what Belleville said they wanted to do in this ball game, and that is run the ball effectively. We've got 8:17 to play here in the third quarter. We're at Hanson Stadium. The Chicago Thunder, with their second possession of the second half, are on the move. They've got a 2nd and 3 at their own at the Belleville 40-yard line. Sierra under center gives to the up back, his brother Sean, and Sean Sierra goes for first down yardage down to about the 37, and we've got a flag after the whistle, and it looks like we're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct. And it looks like it's going to be against Belleville. And Mark, maybe Belleville is starting to lose their cool out there.
Yeah, that's something that can happen, especially when you got the offense that is just pounding away at you. Just, the interior runs. The defensive line knows you got to throw, and they're going to pin their ears back. They're going to play the run, and they're going to get after you.
Following the penalty, Chicago has the ball 1st and 10 in the Belleville 22-yard line. And I tell you, Mark, it's like prophecy. The second thing that the general manager told his team, the Belleville team before the game, is to play smart football. I'll give you a little bit more of that later. The give is to Sean Sierra, the up back, and he goes up the middle for the gain of about 2 to about the 20-yard line. He told his team, I don't want any trash talk. He said, let's whip them on the field. Let's be a team, and let's show them what Belleville and Southern Illinois football is all about. He was exhorting his team to play within the rules and to not let their emotions overflow their good sense. But that's exactly what's happening midway here through the third quarter with that personal foul. That gives Chicago an excellent opportunity to kick a field goal with the wind at their back, even if they don't move the ball another inch. It's 2nd and 8. Chicago has the ball at the Belleville 20-yard line. Jorge Sierra brings his team up. He's under center. He's got eye backfield with wide receivers left and right. Frazier the tail of the tandem. The fake is to Frazier. Now he wants to throw, and he's got a man rolling near the goal line. It is tipped. It is dropped. Dropped at the goal line. It was almost caught. Then
we're in the same vicinity, and I don't think that that Tony Patek drew the play up like that.
I would hazard a guess that you're right. It's 3rd and 8. Chicago has the ball on the Belleville 20-yard line. This time, Sierra moves into shotgun formation. He's got Frazier and his brother, Sean Sierra, to either side, split backfield. He takes a snap. Now he rolls right on the run. He's going to be hit, and he dumps the pass. And there's a flag on the play, and he's going to be called for intentional grounding. Although he was outside of the tackle box, you can't throw a pass to avoid.
You have to get it at least to the line of scrimmage to avoid the penalty. He threw it straight at his feet. There wasn't a receiver at his feet. So that's certainly an intentional grounding on that play. We'll see how Craig Ochoa and his staff, as they're discussing it, and it doesn't change. After further review, the play still stands, intentional grounding. And that's a loss of down.
And they lose 5 yards. So now, with the loss of down and the loss of yardage, I'm sorry, it's a 10-yard loss on the play. It is now 4th and 20 from the 32 yards. They also aren't interested in putting the ball over.
Click on the appropriate link. You can also go to www.bkproductions.us/webcasting.html, and you can go to the appropriate links and get your tickets.
4th and 20 from the 32-yard line as
That's about 36 seconds on the spot.
Sierra brings his team up to the line of scrimmage. This is a big 4th down play, more so for the Belleville Justice than the Chicago Thunder, because Belleville really needs to stop here. Sierra in shotgun formation drops to his 40. Now he's got pressure. There's a flag on the play. He steps up. He's got a man near the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Oh no, they're going to say he was out of bounds. They're going to say he was out of bounds. Oh my goodness. Let's check the flag. It may be a moot point.
19 on the catch.
But he had a field goal. The penalty took him out of field goal range, even with the win. So now, with 6:18 to play in the 3rd quarter, Belleville will once again have an opportunity to shave as much as 7 points off of a 14-point deficit. Grossman, the quarterback for Belleville, is into the game. He's got one back in the backfield. That's Hodel. He's got 2 receivers either side. Spread formation. 1st and 10 from his own 32-yard line. And he's passing on 1st down. And he's got a heavy rush. Forces him out to the right. And he has finally completed his first pass of the game. Well, that's his 2nd pass of the game. The first one that wasn't fumbled for. And that is a gain of about 5 on the play. The wide receiver catching the ball was number 10, Jason Hicks. And Mark, it looks like now they're going to go down slingers. So it's imperative, even if they're only able to get chunks of 5 and 6 at the pass, that they continue to be successful throwing the ball.
Yeah, they're going to gamble that they can be successful throwing the ball. That time Grossman made a great effort just to get away from the pass rush. I believe that they can win it slinging when I see them win it slinging.
2nd and 5. Grossman throwing again on 2nd down, and he overshoots his man. He had the speedster, number 81, 3rd and 5 situation at their own 37-yard line. And this is a huge 3rd down situation for Belleville. The last thing they want to do is punt away basically the rest of the 3rd quarter. If they kick the ball here, chances are they won't see it again until the 4th, and they need 2 scores. Grossman under center, drops back to pass, rolls right, looking. He's got pressure. He gets it away, but his pass is poorly thrown, low and away. The intended receiver, Lakin, is in to kick. Recchia is back to receive. And the Chicago Thunder is a good pass defense ball club, especially when they know you're going to throw the ball. Lakin kicks it from the 25, and he gets away a good kick. Recchia pushed all the way back to his 18. Now he's at his 20. Sidesteps a tackle there, and then dives forward to the 23.
Monday, December 6th, at the Where Else Bar and Grill in Elk Grove Village, 1190 East Higgins Road, just west of Bussy Road, Route 83. You can come out Monday night, meet some of the former NFL players, and bring a toy for the NFL Alumni Toy Drive. And we just got a fumble recovery by the Thunder, and it's a pickup by Bellevue, it looks like. And we've got the Justice with the turnover, Craig.
Well, the give on the play was, and so after their offense was unable to get a 1st down, receiving a punt from Chicago, they wind up picking up what amounts to 40 yards, as now they have it 1st and 10 at the Chicago 22-yard line. Grossman is under center, and he's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Spread formation, one back in the backfield is Hodel, and Grossman fumbles a snap. But he falls on top of it at the 23. There'll be a loss of 1 on the play. You know, Mark, you had made mention earlier of seeing USC and Auburn in the NCAA championship football game. But if I'm not mistaken, doesn't USC have one more game left against Notre Dame?
Yeah, they do, and not necessarily to put the cart before the horse. Certainly, if USC does not win that one and win it handily, they don't deserve to be anywhere near Miami come New Year's Day.
And the fact that you attended and played at Purdue University has nothing to do with the fact that you're willing to overlook the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Grossman back to pass. Now he gets his pass away under some pressure. He's got a man in the end zone, but he overthrows it. Grossman, once again, golden opportunity for the Belleville Justice could quickly turn into another lost opportunity if they are not able to convert on third down here. And third down has not been their friend in this ball game, especially since Muldrow has left it. Now this is Grossman rolling left, now cutting right. He's got lots of pressure. He throws and he hits his man at the 8-yard line. He stumbles to the 5. Knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. There's a flag on the play right where the ball was caught. The pass was complete to Darwin Jones, number 1, or excuse me, Corey Bethany, number 2, made the catch. There was a flag thrown as soon as he caught the ball. If it's offensive pass interference, you can wipe out the catch. If it's defensive pass interference, you can wipe out the penalty.
Grossman, was once again under pressure, got the ball off. Great catch by Bethany, and he turned upfield, could not stay in bounds to get it to the end zone. This is the third time that the Justice have had the ball inside the 5.
They've got first and goal at the 1-yard line. Spread formation. And Grossman takes a snap. He wanted to sneak it, but he lost his footing right at about the 2-yard line. And so it's going to be a loss of at least 1 on the play. Getting credit for the tackle was number 52, Billy Finley, but the real culprit for Grossman were his own feet. And that is going to leave them with a second and goal at the 2-yard line. I said before the game, Mark, that this field was dry. Someone in the press box disagreed with me, and that play right there might substantiate the countering opinion.
There may be a little bit of moisture out there, certainly in the middle of the field. Sometimes it's really hard to tell with these turf fields. Craig, I hope I didn't see what I thought I saw that play where the quarterback tried to fake like he was going to take a knee and then tried to get to the end zone.
None of that Harry High School stuff. Now Grossman wants to pass. He hits his tight end, but he can't hang on. He had his tight end open in the...
They're hard. If you're going to get blown up by the linebacker, you're going to get blown up by the linebacker. But if you're going to run that quick pop pass, you have to go inside and go inside hard.
They had first and goal at the 1. It is now third and goal at the 2. Grossman under center. Eye backfield to give us to the tailback. Hodel, and he bulls his way in, and finally, they're on the board. We have a touchdown signal. And let's see. One referee said touchdown. Another referee said no touchdown. And the ball carrier actually was Muldrow, who's back in the ball game. Muldrow was the ball carrier. But he, I think, is just going to get credited with 1 yard. Yeah, they're just going to give him a credit for 1 yard. And now we have a flag. Now we have a flag. And it's unsportsmanlike conduct against Chicago. And how stupid is that? Hate to be blunt. We're going to start once again with the first and goal from the 1 situation. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So now it's first and goal from the 1-yard line. Boy, oh boy, that was not a smart play at all. They're not going to give him a first down on the play. Okay, I don't understand that. They're not going to give him a first down. It's fourth and goal from the 2. The field goal unit's on. Lakin is in to try. It's a 20-yard attempt. The snap is down. The kick is up. It is Dan Howe. If there's an unsportsmanlike penalty from the 2-yard line, how that doesn't turn into a first and goal situation. Ordinarily, unsportsmanlike conduct is an automatic first down. But Belleville was not complaining about it. and threw a flag for unsportsmanlike conduct, and they moved the ball to the 2. I indicated that that should mean first down, but the field indicator stayed at 4th down, and we saw the kicking team come in for Belleville. And I thought they were trying a field goal on 4th down. They were trying the extra point after a touchdown that they were credited. It is 14-7. The upshot is it's 14-7 with 2:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. And we're straight now. Belleville will be kicking off from the 45-yard line at 15 yards for the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that resulted after the touchdown. And back deep to receive is LeVar Stepter and Ashley Frazier. And the kick is going to be to Frazier, and he takes it at the 6. Frazier at the 10, 15, 20, 25, and he's across the 25, still moving his feet to the 30, and across the 30 to about the 32-yard line before he's finally dropped down. And the play mark, well, we do have a football game again with 2:11 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's a one-score game. The Chicago Thunder lead the Belleville Justice 14-7. Thunder has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. And their quarterback, Jorge Sierra, brings his offense up to the line of scrimmage. He's got I backfield, wide receivers left and right. Ashley Frazier, the tail of the tandem. And the give is to Frazier on 1st down. Frazier cuts inside and gets close to the 35-yard line, but not quite. May have gotten maybe 1 or 2 on the play. They're going to give him forward progress to the 35, so that's going to be a gain of 2. And that's going to leave a 2nd and 8 situation. And Mark, it looks like Chicago's strategy right now is to pound the ball and to try to melt as much clock as possible and hopefully have their offense put them in a situation where either they score or they push Belleville back to deep into their own territories. Jorge Sierra back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 8, ball on the 35-yard line, wide receivers left and right, I formation, Frazier, the tail of the tandem. Sierra calling signals, back to pass on 2nd down. He's got a man on the sideline, Roland, he's got a step, but he overthrows him. He had Roland wide open at the 30.
To run the route, if the referee's going to throw the flag, he's going to throw the flag. But don't you stop in anticipation of the flag on any play.
You know, the reason why they run that route with Roland is because he has the kind of speed, theoretically, that would allow him to get up under a pass like that, but he wasn't able to do it that time. So now it is a 3rd and 8 situation. Chicago's ball at their own 35-yard line. Sierra under center. This time, he has a spread formation with Frazier the only back in the backfield. He's looking at a 4-3 set with a blitz look. And he throws the quick hitch pass to number 15, who's going to throw a pass himself, and he's got a man wide open, rolling at the 30. He catches it. He's up on his feet. They're going to call him down at the 27-yard line in the triple.
They tried to run that play last week out of a shotgun, and it became a double pass penalty. This time, Sierra made sure he took the snap up under center.
So instead of a 1st and 10 at the 27, it's 1st and 15 at the 32-yard line for the Chicago Thunder as Jorge Sierra brings his team up. He's got wide receivers left and right, 1 back in the backfield, 2 tight end formation. I'm sorry, he does have 2 backs in the backfield of an I formation. Yeah, Thunder leads 14-7 over the Belleville Justice here in the Mid-States Tournament Championship game live from Hanson Stadium. This is a BK production. We've got the final quarter of this fantastic football game.
Bulldogs, 28-12. You had the Missouri Minutemen beating the Gateway Fury, 23-21, and you had the Light Lions beating the Belvedere Rush, 3-0. In round 2, the Indiana Mustangs shut out the Renegades, 20-0, and we'll be back with this.
Give us the rest of that after this play. We're starting the 4th quarter. Chicago has the ball, 1st and 15 on the Belleville 32-yard line following a flea flicker that resulted in a 38-yard gain and then a 5-yard false start penalty against Chicago. Their right guard jumped. And now Sierra's under center with an I backfield behind him, and the give is to Frazier. Frazier breaks a tackle in the backfield, but then he's wrapped up and dropped. At the 35-yard line, there's going to be a loss of 3 on the play, and that is going to create a 2nd and 18 situation. Tell us the routes that Chicago and Belleville took to get here.
Okay, the Chicago Thunder, in their 2nd round, they got a 1st round bye. they beat the Missouri Minutemen here in Hanson 41-6. The Belleville Justice, they got a first round bye, and they beat the Twin City Storm 41-14. The Force of Illinois lost to the Light Lions 31-7 for the only other second round game, and we'll have the semifinals and how we got here.
We're looking at a 2nd and 18 situation. Sierra under center, I backfield, Ashley the tail of the tandem, wide receivers left and right, fake handoff to Frazier. Now he wants to go for all of it. He's got rolling in the end zone. He overshoots.
Have a bum wheel because he kind of had a hitch in his giddy up at the end of the play, and that might be why he doesn't have that burst at the end of the play to finish it out.
We've seen him overthrown in a couple of passes that we've seen him catch all season. 3rd and 18 from the 34-yard line. Sierra in shotgun formation. Flag at the snap of the ball. Sierra with plenty of time. Now he's got some pressure. He steps up, he throws, and it's intercepted. He tried to dump it off to Frazier, and the pass was intercepted. Getting the interception was player coach Jay Carmack coming up from his linebacker position. Let's see what the flag is all about. And we've got a player down on the field injured. Sierra is the injured player. He was hit hard just after he dumped.
That was the third essential turnover for the Chicago Thunder. It has been all justice, as now the turnover game is tied at 3-3.
Grossman brings his offense up. He's got twins to the left, twins to the right, one receiver to the left, split back, I backfield, and Muldrow is the tail of the tandem. Calling signals to give us the Muldrow on first down. He cuts through the middle, 40, 45. He's got running room, midfield. He's down the right sideline, 45, 40. Makes a fake, 35, and he's flipping out of him. Up with 13, just under 13 and a half minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They trail by a touchdown, but they have the ball 1st and 10 on the Chicago 34-yard line. Muldrow the tailback, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left as Grossman gets under center. Same formation. Now he's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Chicago giving him a 5-2 look. And they give us to Muldrow again. He's got running room, 30, 25, bumps into his own man, then bangs down to the 20-yard line. Another first down, a pickup of about 14 on the play. The tackle was made by number 56, Brian Bates, but Mark Belleville is rolling.
Yeah, they seem to be re-energized. Come up, you get a big play on defense, and that happens a lot. Defense makes a play, and it feeds to the offense, gets them charged up, gets them fired up.
It's 1st and 10. Belleville ball at the Chicago 21-yard line. Grossman under center. He's got an eye backfield. Muldrow the tail of the tandem. He gives to the up back this time, Bowler. And he busts his way down to the 15-yard line. Oh, about the 16-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play. And that's going to leave a 2nd and 5 situation. So plus yardage on every carry now for the Belleville Justice. And they're looking at as I said, 2nd and 5 from the 16-yard line. We've got 11:57 to play in the fourth quarter. And Chicago jumps outside. I don't think
Football League 28-20 here in Hanson Stadium, while the Belleville Justice in their semifinal game Belleville beat the Light Lions from out western suburbs.
the third time they've been
21-10. We saw live in that game against the Forest, and that was a good line team, so Belleville must be a pretty good team themselves.
Following the offside penalty against Chicago, it is now 2nd and inches for the first down. They've got the ball at about the 11-yard line. And Grossman gives to the up back, Hodel, and Hodel bulls his way forward. He's close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. But it looks like he got the 10-yard line, and it will be enough for the first down. So now Belleville will have 1st and goal in the worst place to have 1st and goal. And that's the 10-yard line, because you've got to go the 10 yards. They can't get a first down between now and the goal line, but they've got to go 10 yards. So they've got a 1st and goal with the 10-yard line, 11:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. And they trail by a touchdown, they being Belleville. Grossman up under center. High backfield, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Muldrow the tail of the tandem. He pitches back to Muldrow, but he has nowhere to go. Loses his feet, gets up, and then is dropped again at the 10-yard line. Muldrow lost his footing between the hash marks and the sideline on the far side of the field, but he very alertly got back up to his feet and was able to get the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a loss of 1 on the play, but it could have been a loss of 5 on the play. So thanks to Mojo's quick thinking, his feet failed him, but his alertness and his savvy did not, and he was able to turn a 5-yard loss into a 1-yard loss, and now it is 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line. Belleville cannot pick up a first down on this drive, but they can tie the ball game with a touchdown. And of course, with the wind at their back, they're in a great situation for a field goal to draw them within 4, although I'm sure in the 4th quarter they'd rather tie the game. The give is to the last back through, number 23, Holder, and he is stopped whole. Now, the Chicago defense starts to stiffen in red zone territory. Number 77, Ryan Page, made the stop. There's a Chicago player down, but Mark, the Chicago defense, as they have been wont to do all season, are bending but not breaking.
Yeah, and make a big play. And I think the Thunder's going to call a timeout rather than have to have.
And this is a championship football game, ladies and gentlemen, so there will be no ties. We will play sudden death overtime or overtimes until we have a winner, if that be the case. Right now, Chicago leads by 7. They have Belleville has the ball, though, on the Chicago 12-yard line. It's 3rd and goal to go from the 12-yard line. Grossman under center. He wants to pass. He's going to the corner route, and the pass is incomplete. The receiver stumbled. There was contact, but there was no flag. And now
You may or may not be, but if you stop, then you essentially make the ball uncatchable, and the referees aren't going to give you a pass. From my experience, you just have to go make the catch and let the referees call what they call.
Grossman was under heavy pressure that time, but he did get a good pass away. The receiver just couldn't make the catch. And now Jerry Lincoln is in for a 30-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. So with that field goal, Belleville scores within 4. This is the closest. And the score is the Chicago Thunder 14, the Belleville Justice 10. You're listening to BK's production of Mid-States Tournament Championship Football. More after these messages.
Sent you. The guys up here in the booth are having a little bit of fun here. Is able to just run on Pressbox.
Here's the kickoff following the touchdown. He's taken by Stepter at the 30. He's at the 35. Covers up at the 40. Now he's at the 45. Spins away. Still on his feet. Down to about the 50. We're going to have a face mask penalty that's going to push it into Belleville territory, as LeVar Stepter took the pass at the 30, weaved his way to the 35. He covered up with both hands to prevent the turnover. Then he saw he had running room, broke free at the 40, and danced along the sideline close to the midfield stripe.
And stuff like this, this is why coaches drink. You have a situation where your defense gets a turnover, your offense gets you back in the game, and then the special team gives the other team great field position.
Miss Chicago just walked into the ballpark. Sierra under center. He's got an I formation, and the give is to Frazier. He tries to bounce it outside, but he can't do that. He stopped dead in his tracks for a loss of 2. And number 7 came up hard. Marlo Ferguson came up hard from his corner position and put the kibosh on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 12 from the 37-yard line. And there was a little tension in the press box a little while ago when I made mention of the possibility of overtime before that field goal by Belleville. Some of the guys here have had a long day. It's 2nd and 12 from the 37-yard line. And Sierra brings his offense up to the line of scrimmage. He's got wide receivers left and right. Frazier the tail of the tandem in the I backfield. And the give is to Frazier. And he is going to be stopped and stopped immediately. And he's going to lose yards on the play. Coming in hard to make the stop is number 52 and number 71, Tony Cotton, led the charge. And Mark, now we're seeing some stout defense from Belleville, and this must have been what the general manager was talking about when he said playing some hard-hitting football.
Yeah, they've been a very good defensive team the entire season, and certainly in this tournament. You look at the scores, and they've shown that they're a great defensive ball club. And you look at, like we mentioned earlier, that linebacking trio of Nate Brock, Jay Carmack, and Marlo Ferguson. These guys not only are big, but they can run a little bit, and they'll hit you when they catch you.
They certainly hit Frazier on that play. That leaves a 3rd and 14 situation for Chicago at the 39. Sierra now goes into shotgun formation. And he will take the snap, drop back at the 50, and he's going to go long down the middle of the field to Jackson. The pass is batted away. He had Jackson at the 10-yard line. Just failure to execute and put a couple of scores on the board, and now they're down by 4. Back deep to return the punt is Philip Griggs. He settles in inside the 5-yard line. It's a low snap and a lousy kick. Clemens shakes it off to his foot to the right sideline. We're going to give him a net of maybe zero. Well, I guess actually the net is going to be less than 2 yards on that.
Was forced to punt for the Redskins against the Bears back in 1985. Have I seen a punt like that? But Clemens doesn't have a gale force wind coming off the lake as an excuse.
Where's Sean Landetta when you need him? 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line, and Chicago, Belleville stays on the ground, and it's Mulgrew. Mulgrew has running room at the 50. Mulgrew, for first down yardage, is finally wrestled down at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 13 on the play, and as the game wears down, as the clock melts away, we're under 7 minutes. This is usually when running teams and running games start to take over. And with that bad punt, Belleville has taken over the field position battle. And with the run that follows that bad punt, they are now in striking distance, or getting there. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the Chicago 46-yard line. And the give is to the up back, Hodel. And Hodel is stopped for no gain. Chicago defense getting stout on that particular play. It'll leave a 2nd and about 10 to go for a first down.
That guy Muldrow is very hard to bring down. He was hit about 2 or 3 times on that run, bouncing out, breaking through the tackle, and finally picking up what he picked up, about 12 yards eventually on the play. He definitely is showing to be the star of the game, bar none, here tonight.
Now it's 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line. We've got 5:56 to play. Grossman under center, eye backfield. Muldrow, the tail of the tandem, gets the ball. There's a flag on the play. Muldrow is stopped dead in his tracks, right at about the 47. He didn't have to suffer the loss of the 1 yard on the play, but with the penalty instead of the 1 loss, I'm sure they'd have taken the 1 loss instead of the 10-yard penalty. So now it's 2nd and 20. They're pushed back on their side of the 50-yard line. They're at their own 44. They've got to go to Chicago's 36 for a first down. So Grossman's throwing, and he's throwing down the sideline, but he underthrows it. Looking at a 3rd and 20 with 5:21 to play, and his team down by 4 points. And they really need to get this first down and get on the board with this drive with a touchdown, because if they punt here or turn it over on downs with less than 5.5 minutes left, it would not take a whole lot for Chicago to run the clock out. Grossman is under center. Now drops back to pass on a big 3rd down play. Steps up, flag on the play, hits his man open at the 35. He's got first down yardage. Recchia drags him down at the 33. But there's a flag, and it looks like holding. And if it is, this is going to be a killer. You almost have to feel for God.
It's a dual-edged thing that, you're able to make a big play, but probably the penalty led to the reason why
it is now 3rd and 30. They started this drive at the Chicago 46. They are now on their own 34. Grossman back to pass. He's feeling pressure, and he is dropped. He is set. Number 77, Brian Page, came in hard and made the tackle. will create a 4th down situation where they will have to punt as we move to the 4:30 mark of the 4th quarter. And boy, oh boy, there have been some mistakes in this ball game on both sides of the ball, Mark. But unless things change dramatically in this last 4.5 minutes, I think that holding penalty is going to prove to be the most debilitating occurrence of this football game. Directly a back needs to return the punt.
Yeah, it is. It really, you gotta say, you get a completion on 3rd and long, and you're down inside the 30, and you think, they very well.
Now looking at 4th and 36 at their own 28-yard line. And you know you're in trouble whenever the yard marker that you're on is greater than the yard marker you're on is greater than the distance, or the distance you have to go for a 1st down is greater than the yard marker. You're usually in some trouble. Lakin's punt is a low-line drive kick. Winded is back. It takes a bounce at the 40, now to the 35. Recchia picks it up at the 32. He's going to try to slip down the sideline, but he's got nowhere to go. He's driven out of bounds at the 33-yard bounce. Maybe not. But as it stands, Chicago will start now 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line with 3:53 left to play in the game. They are about 2 first downs away from being champions, depending upon how long it takes them to accomplish that. Keep in mind, Belleville does have all 3 of their timeouts left here in the 2nd half. Sierra under center, high backfield, Frazier the tail of the tandem, the give is to Frazier, and he slices his way up to the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 on 1st down. That's a huge play on 1st down. It'll leave a 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line as the clock melts away close to the 3:30 mark.
Craig, I could have sworn that they had Frazier stopped for no more than a 2-yard gain, and then he spins and he's out, to the 40-yard line. That kid has a fire in him, especially in situation games like this, where he just, wants to compete.
And Binion started at tailback in this game, and I've been watching him a little bit this 2nd half, and he has been very aggressive in his cheering every time Frazier's made a play out there. You like to see that. The give is to Sean Sierra, the up-back, but almost before the handoff can be made, Sierra is bowled under by several Belleville defenders as they start to play with a sense of desperation now. And Belleville takes their... Sierra gets the play from the sideline and trots back into the huddle. 2:54 left to play in regulation. 14-10. Chicago has the lead over the Belleville Justice. This is the Mid-States Tournament Championship game winding down to a very tense conclusion. There's a 4-point difference. Belleville needs a stop right here. Chicago needs a 1st down. Sierra under center, split backfield. Sierra back to pass. He's going to throw the screen over to Frazier. He takes it at the 32. He's at the 40. Breaks a tackle. 45. 1st down. Midfield. 45. 40. Breaks another tackle. 35. 30. What a play by Ashley Frazier. What a play. He was stopped twice before he had the 1st down. Stayed on his feet. Got the 1st down. Not only that, who the offensive player of this football game is.
Craig, he may be a small player, but he has got a big heart and a ticker that a motor that just stays running. That play was all Ashley. He did pick up a couple of blocks here and there, but to break the tackles.
Put the ball in the hands of your best player and let him make a play. Now the screen pass on a 3rd and long in that situation, Mark, might not be the ideal call, but what they were able to accomplish was they were able to get the ball in Ashley Frazier's hand in space, and he did the rest.
Yeah, one of my coaching theorems when I was an offensive coordinator was get the ball to the fast guy and you win a whole lot of football games. Ashley Frazier tonight is that alpha fast guy for the Thunder, and he has been making the plays.
He's been the Uber back for Chicago. 1st and 10, Chicago's ball. They have it at the Belleville 30-yard line with 2 minutes to play. We had our 2-minute warning, and now they are in complete control. The give is to Sean Sierra, the up-back, and once again, there's trouble with the exchange. And Belleville thinks they came away with the ball, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
Running back, quarterback exchange. but that wasn't the case at the time. We've just been given some information here from National Football Events on the MVPs for today's game. On offense for the Belleville Justice, Jerome Muldrow is the offensive MVP for Belleville. The offensive MVP for the Chicago Thunder is, of course, Ashley Frazier, who's taken this game over here in the fourth quarter. On defense for the Justice, it is Jay Carmack. And for the Thunder on defense, sharing the honor, is Mike Sparacino and Rob Pence. All 5 players will get $50 off on their registration to Casino Bowl 10.
2nd and 11, ball on the 31-yard line. They give this to Frazier, and Frazier tries to pull his way over left tackle, but he is stopped and swarmed under. Right at the 31-yard the ball, I think we can almost be just assured that Frazier is going to be somewhere involved in the play. But this is what it's all come down to right now for Belleville. 3rd and 11. Chicago has the ball on Belleville's 31-yard line. Chicago leads by 4, 1:47 left to play. Jorge Sierra is in shotgun formation standing at the Belleville 37-yard line. He's got a split backfield spread formation. He drops back to the 42. Now he's flushed out to the right. Stops, throws. He's got a man. Jackson, touchdown! Touchdown! And that is ball game. What a catch by Kevin Jackson. What a catch by Kevin Jackson. 31-yard touchdown play. And that makes it 2010 with 1:37 left. Wow! I tell you, Jorge Sierra. They'll try now as Clemens comes on for the extra point that will give them an 11-point lead and make this a 3-score game. And we've got some offsides as there was a hesitation with the snap and Belleville came charging across the line of scrimmage. It's meaningless. It'll be half the distance to the goal or tacked on the kickoff. It'll be tacked on the kickoff. Clemens will set up again at the 9-yard line for an extra point to make this an 11-point ball game. You can score 11 points in 2 scores with a 2-point conversion. The snap is down to 11. The Chicago Thunder leads the Belleville Justice 21-10, and the Chicago fans are beginning to sense their second championship of the season. They with 1:37 left as Chicago starts to tee it up. All those stranger things have happened. Clemens is going to set it up at the 30-yard line. Philip Griggs is deep. There's a squib kick though. Bounces and skids along the 20 and goes out at the 18-yard line. So that's the first thing that Belleville needs.
The Thunder defensive line is going to be.
That's 773.
It's going to be red meat for wild wolves out there. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I'll believe that the Justice can do it winging it when they do it winging it.
So you had made that comment late in the second quarter, Mark, and they have not been able to do it. Now, technically, if they got a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal, they could tie this game at 21. So it is officially a 2-score game.
And it'd be overtime.
But I can tell you a lot of things in football that are a lot easier to do than score a touchdown, get 2 points, get an onside kick, and then drive in the field goal range in 1 minute and 37 seconds. Grossman is under center. He rolls left. He wants to throw long. He's got a man open at the 30, at the 47, 40.
Until the 1:30 mark in the game, 1.5 minutes left, is they're spreading the quarterback out to get away from that Thunder pass rush.
I'm sure Grossman is all in favor of that because that pass rush has put some lumps on his head tonight. 1st and 10 at the 41, 1.5 minutes to play. Grossman straight drop back throws, and again, he's got a man open, and he's on 2 pass plays. And both times they've been able to stop the clock. So at 1:24 to play, 1st and 10, Belleville's ball at the Chicago 31-yard line. Grossman back to pass, he throws across the middle, the pass is incomplete. Now, it is a 2nd and 10 situation from the 31, 1:18 to play. Grossman dropping back to pass, straight drop back, heavy rush, swings it out to Mulgrew, and Mulgrew can't hang on. insinuate in any way, shape, or form that the coaching staff, the management, or even the teammates of Milton McFarland condone what he did. But, football game. So now the referees are marching it off, and it's going to be a first down. The ball's going to be at the 26-yard line, and Belleville's going to have a first and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, Craig, and he had more than enough chances to hit Muldrow legitimately. 19 carries worth for 128 yards. If he really wanted to stop him, he had a long day to try and do that.
Yeah, maybe he should have hit him when Muldrow was zigzagging down the field for 30 yards. That would have been a good time to hit him. First and 10, and we're still a minute and 11 seconds left to play in the ball game. The clock hasn't moved. Now we're going to finally get back to football, or we hope so. Anyway, Grossman in shotgun formation, steps back to the 40. Now he's under heavy pressure from Simmons, rolls right, throws, and completes a pass at the 20-yard line. A beautiful catch by Bethany. But the ball stays in bounds, and the clock continues to move, so it's scramble, 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 as Belleville tries hurriedly, and they'll probably spike the ball here and stop the clock. Nope.
If you're going to give up on a play, you're going to give up on a play. It would kind of be like if a quarterback fakes like he's going to go into a slide and somehow had the agility to hit the brakes and then get running again. I think that they would have to make an adjustment for that. But, you're going to give up a play, stop the clock, and the referee's going to force you to do that.
Well, Bethany was down at the 20-yard line, and the ball is going to stay there. He did wind up stopping the clock, so he might as well just spike the ball anyway. It is 2nd and 4 at the 20, 47 seconds left. This is turning into the referee giving the call. And 47 seconds left. 2nd and 4 from the 20. Grossman under center. He rolls left. He's got pressure. Steps back right. Throws. He's got Bethany at the 5. Bethany bulls his way in. Touchdown. Touchdown. 21-16. 38 seconds left. We're in the fourth quarter of the Mid-States Tournament Championship football game. They're going for two. They've got a spread offense. Mulgrew, the only back in the backfield, and Grossman sneaks in play. And we know it's coming next, an onside kick. But I tell you something, I'm one of those people that is a firm believer. People across midfield at the 45, and they're allowed to come within 10 yards of the ball, so that's where they're set up at. And keep in mind, if they do recover this, they've got the wind at their back. There's the onside kick. It's a one-hopper. That changes everything. So now they will onside, and they're going to recover that onside kick, too. They will onside kick again, this time from the 40. And the ball has to travel to midfield. So if they do recover it, they'll be in a much better situation. But that's almost like kind of a free kick to kind of see how well they've schemed their recovery on this. Larkin approaches again. He kicks again. The ball skips through, and it's recovered by Chicago at the 43.
Another penalty.
There's another
shot that they had was to get the onside kick. Having failed that, then the Thunder need only take a knee, and there won't be enough time for the in-between plays for it to work.
Well, after penalties assessed to Belleville, Chicago has the ball 1st and 10 on the Belleville 45-yard line, and the players are starting to shake hands and slap helmets, and that's good to see after the extracurriculars of about 30-some seconds ago, game time. And the snap guys are stepping onto the field to shake hands, so that is going to be our ball game, and what a ball game it was. It was not as close as the final score indicates, but nor was it a blowout. Up until late in the fourth quarter, the game was very much in doubt until the last touchdown by Chicago, the 40-yard pass from Sierra to Jackson. But that wraps it up as the final seconds melt away. Unbeaten at 15-0. The Belleville Justice traveled the length of the state but come up short. They finished their season 11-2. The final score, 21-18. Mark, your final thoughts on the ball game?
Well, you know, certainly.
On defense, number 5, linebacker Jay Carmack. And also, with 19 carries today for 128 yards.
Nice run back.
Our next MVP, number 9, with 19 carries, 128 yards, and 1 touchdown, Jerome Monroe. Right carries for 59 yards. 2 receptions for 45 yards. Number 22, Ashley. Number 20, Mike Saracino.
That was his kick! That was his block kick! And I picked it up and ran it back!
Orlando!
What's going on with us?
Orlando!
What's going on with us? You ain't do nothing! You both come on. She gonna hand it to him. She gonna hand it to him. She gonna hand it to him. Now, hey, don't nobody come up this motherfucker. Stay back. She gonna hand it to someone else going to get anyway.
Hey, we let
You know what I'm saying?
big stanky.
You go. Oh, take that. Oh. Now it's ours. Hold on, wait. I'm still gonna get it. Hey, somebody take a picture of the shirt! Take a picture of the jerk. Hey, get one of me. Get one of me. Instead of they take a picture of Ugly Bra. That bitch ugly motherfucker too. Ugly as hell.
Oh, shit.